on TikTok, they haven't posted since they launched. What the TikTok is like literally one of the biggest D2C things. You need to have a strong presence. You need to be able to be on here. And if the fact that you're not, that's a big no-no sign. So again, it's hard. It's difficult. But yeah, so social media presence out of 10. Get your game on. You know, you're a content creator. Be in the front. If this is your brand, this is a reflection of you, Blaze. I'm telling you, if it looks bad, you look bad. Put your effort into it. I think it's really important. Today, we're reviewing another creator brand, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are reviewing Charged Chocolate, created by FaZe Blaze, which, if you don't know, Charged Chocolate is basically just caffeinated chocolate. They're really trying to like redefine the way that they're approaching like energy boosting and trying to position itself onto the market. FaZe Blaze launched this product back in December, around a little bit of the same time when Pokimane had launched her product that we had reviewed. And yeah, it's just a chocolate caffeinated ball that each ball has around 54 milligrams of caffeine. It comes in this 3-pack, and this big case is what came in. And yeah, I've been able to test it a little bit throughout the last 2 weeks by integrating into a lot of my workouts, just my routine, and trying to see how it works, because basically it's trying to replace the energy drink, and rightfully so. I am also a very big caffeine drinker, so I drink a lot of coffee. It's part of my morning ritual. So I wanted to review this product because reviewing creator products is something that I think is really enjoyable to do, giving them my feedback, give some insight. I have a lot of insight around the creator space and producing products. For those of you that do not know me, I work at OTK Media. During the last 3 years, I've had the pleasure of helping launch Starforge Systems, Mythic Talent, and Mad Mushroom, 3 different properties that are all tied to OTK. This whole world and industry is something that I'm very familiar with. Thus, I feel like I'm pretty qualified to talk about the subject, give my honest review. I've studied a lot of these opportunities, and whenever creators like to launch products, sometimes they're executed very well, sometimes they're executed very poorly. So let's jump into the review and go from there. So, primary benefits of Charged Chocolate, pretty straightforward. It's a caffeine alternative to energy drinks. A usual can of this has around 200 milligrams of caffeine. Meanwhile, one of these balls has 54, plus the chocolate itself, I think, is a little bit caffeinated naturally, so that comes into play as well. As I mentioned, it's supposed to be a good alternative to energy drinks for everything from, you know, exercising, gaming, busy life. That's the purpose that it's trying to fulfill. According to Blaze, they are manufactured in a chocolate facility in Spain. I think I've consumed around 15 of these or so. Like, I've gone through like a decent chunk of the box, right? I really wanted to kind of experience it, see what it's like through the whole lifestyle and everything like that. So 3 pieces is the recommended maximum, which is like 54 milligrams per ball. So in a 3-pack like this, you're getting 162 milligrams of caffeine, which is about the size of this. So like, their marketing is a little strange, because one of the core functionalities is says 3 of these balls equals 1 energy drink. And one pet peeve that I do have, guys, Blaze, if you're listening to this, and I'll run through it, is they have in the nutrition facts, it says 2 balls is a serving size. So there's the serving size for this entire package is inaccurate, and I have to do math, and that's just not really fun for the consumer, and that's kind of like a little deceiving. But as this being his first business, I'll give him a pass in the terms of everything. So Blaze also claims this is a great product. Apparently in early testing did really well with truck drivers, nurses, and doctors, as well as a lot of gamers, as a energy drink alternative. Basically, if you're also unfamiliar with these products, how it works is they take dehydrated caffeine powder and they mix it in the chocolate, and then when they make the chocolate balls, it's about 54 milligrams of caffeine. So that's kind of how they do it if you're not familiar with how some of this kind of process can go. Anyways, jumping into just the brand overall, I think is pretty cool. Nothing too crazy for a first time brand from most of these like content creators. I think one thing that I've noticed is creators that don't have like a front facing partner or some stuff like that, or kind of dive into their own projects, usually have very surface level brands, which is fine. Pokimane's product was a lot more fleshed out. You saw the depth of the product, the process, the end product. The first version of the product was very strong. This one seems like it was made and they're like, yeah, aggressive, cool, right? Colors, oh yeah, nothing crazy. It's sufficient for what this brand is and kind of the size and scale of the operations. You can kind of get a tell for what it is. So overall, this is the primary logo, primary font logo, and then caffeinated chocolate is like their little tagline slogan. So overall, really like the mascot. I think it does really well. It stands out. It's got a few things that I don't really like, such as this like edge cut here. It's a little bulky for a logo mark, but it's good. It's very typical to most the gamer audience, etc., modern fitness, all that stuff. It feels like it's in that space, so I'll give it to you guys. Red, if you have the red one, blue, if you have the blue box. Pretty standard stuff. Two really strong colors, very bold colors, kind of give me like very like I really wish they went with a little bit more of like a softer red and a softer blue, but that's more so my personal choice. And then a nice, very sleek charge font. So overall, I give the initial branding, color, font choice like a solid like 6 out of 10. What did you expect from someone like FaZe Blaze that, you know, has never struck me as an individual that's like very hyper creative or very out there or very flamboyant in any direction? So I think if you're marketing to gamers and fitness people, this is a great starting point. There's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, solid 6 out of 10 for the font / colors. Now I'm not gonna lie, I wish more of the review was down this path where it's like 6s, 7s, etc. It is, ladies and gentlemen, just all downhill from here, unfortunately. And again, I'm not trying to be mean. This is a review to mostly give feedback to FaZe Blaze and his team, as well as just give you guys some insight of like what people are thinking about in the landscape of branding. And from a brand and marketing professional's perspective, what am I seeing out of this product and what potentially the consumers might be seeing from this product? So let's jump into one of the biggest culprits, the website. Holy moly. Hey, so quick update because we're about to upload the Charged Chocolate video, and Charged Chocolate had updated their website to kind of improve the flow and all that stuff. So just a quick PSA, I'm reviewing their old website as of the time of uploading this video, literally like a day or two. They had updated it. So same wavelength, I guess. Website's looking okay. Nothing too crazy from the last one, but definitely an improvement. Those are my final thoughts. So still my feedback on the website is, I think, pretty important. So continue on watching and, you know, yeah. So not only if you visit this website it takes a few seconds to load, which is a little bit weird, and then you're greeted with this massive animation of like, you're kind of like, what is going on? And it's a cool animation. I think for the initial release, this is the primary video that they use. You got a steaming rhino, etc., chocolate balls falling all around. You know, it's very well done. I think this is really cool for an announcement video and stuff like that. Logo reveal, boom, etc., animated, very cool. But that's it. This should not be on your website by this time where it's April 21st. Like, get this shit out of here. Show me the product. Get me to the information. And oh my God, is this one of the worst websites that I've seen? With half a scroll down, you just get this highly caffeinated warning thing and then stay in charge. So I'm already like a few seconds into this experience and I still can't easily add this to my cart or learn about the product. Now, finally, I can hit shop charge. I don't know why I have to click another button. Like, it should just be on the site, especially for a website that's only selling 4 products. Put it on the front page, make it easy to check out. Let me get to the products. Show me what I'm here for. I'm not here to experience some crazy 3D thing. Get me to the brand. And I've talked multiple videos. A brand is like who you are, how you show up, and what you do on a day-to-day basis. And a website is so important of a reflection of your brand. And right here is just like, mate, there's atrocious layout for what today is in terms of modern shopping experience, especially with Shopify. There's so many templates, layouts that are so clean. You can pay people around $500 and you can get an amazing clean website on the lower end spectrum I'm talking about. But in general, if you build out a good website, the website itself will help you so much with conversions. Anyways, going through a little bit, being a nitpicky, takes me basically a while to get to the exact point, which is the featured products. And then even then, we're only greeted with 4 options. Like I mentioned, you have the $80 version for the 80 pieces of chocolate. For the 12, you got 40. A little bit weird how it is. And then I don't like it that it says 12 here, 80 here. Guys, just write it out, you know? And yeah, again, it's just like, okay, now you scroll down, you can see the product and then view product, add to cart. It's like, I'm already here. Like, oh my goodness. And then this is a 3D render, I think. Maybe? I can't tell if this is 3D render or not, but like I was hoping like seeing some people, some face. Notice how there's no people on this website. It doesn't feel like someone's consuming the brand. And again, highly caffeinated. I get it. I think it's good for them to advertise chocolate and say like, hey, if caffeine's your biggest shtick, Be upfront about it. Make it very easy for people to not think that this is just regular chocolate. Followed by that, they got the International Rhino Foundation. So, oh, okay. Then they say they have this like stay in charge. They're explaining the product, right? Okay. Well, why is this? What do these two things have to do in common? Nothing. All right. Well, let me click more about this foundation thing. Wow, that took a little bit. And then like it goes right into the products. Wait, what? I wanted to learn more about the rhinos. Turns out that you can't learn more about the rhinos, unfortunately, from here. Kind of like a flawed section of your website. Like people just might assume that they're learning more and they're going to the products. Again, you have more about like that's just the layout. Everything is just bad. And then this web, just like, come on, invest a little bit more into this website and then subscription. Anyways, so yeah, not to shit on these guys, but yeah, your website sucks. Excuse my language, it just does. Especially if you're a D2C brand, your website is so important to nail all that stuff, and it's the best reflection of your brand. You persuade people to come here. If you're spending any marketing money, you're influencing people to show up, spend their money, especially at the price point, which is like $40 and $80. You better make this as great as possible of an experience just due to the natural price marks. It's just atrocious. Anyways, I'm not going to dig more into the website. It's very obvious. It sucks. It needs a massive overhaul. As a V1 launch, if they wanted to just launch it, get out the door, get impressions, whatever. By the time now, it's almost 4.5 months in, about to be 5, and this is still your website. The front page of your website, not good. Not good for a D2C brand if you're trying to make this an actual business. Very poor. And like I said, it's a reflection of the brand. If I feel like I'm getting a negative experience on the website, I'm going to have a negative experience with your product. And then people are going to tell people, yeah, it seems like an interesting product. I just didn't want to buy it, etc. You're gatekeeping potential people. Anyways, jumping now more into some of the social media. So you think, you know, Charge being spearheaded by a content creator, they would know like how to create content for a product. Now, let me be upfront. It is difficult to create content around products, especially limited products, specific ranges of products. It's a challenge. There's a reason it's a full-time job. There's reasons that some companies, big or small, around D2C for consumers, candy, foods, fitness, all that stuff, usually have multiple people working on it, and it requires a lot of energy, timing, and marketing skills. It's not as easy as just flip a switch. So it was funny because I was looking at their socials back in February just to do some early preliminary research when I had bought the product, and I noticed they like basically stopped posting, and I was like, wait, did he give up on this project? And then I recently saw, I think randomly, a tweet fall into my existence. I don't know. The Twitter algorithm is so strange these days that I'm like not too sure. Yeah, you can see here they made a post here thinking about 1,000 followers, and then another thing, and then basically between December and February they almost didn't tweet for like 3 months, and then they're like, yeah, we're just gonna announce our partner program, which is fine, and then a bunch of other some kind of like photography and stuff like that. Anyways, getting to it, the Twitter is pretty like your standard cut-of-the-mill drive brand page, nothing too innovative, but hey, that's what you need to be. Just keep the page active, be engaged in the community, have a voice within the community, and naturally people will be interested in checking you out. I don't think that's a bad strategy at all. I wish they had more personalization content around FaZe Banks, given he's already a big persona. It's anytime that they're doing content around him, etc. It's overall always going to be a lot better of an experience. So you can see that slowly happening here, but earlier on they just did not lean into it that much at all. Like it's very, 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 very like kind of like meh content. It's like, happy Saturday, what are your plans? It's like engagement stuff, like, but what can you do if you have like a limited budget, etc. Kind of really disappointed. So their Instagram, which is arguably one of the most biggest platforms for products, especially D2C, is exposing your brand to new consumers, all that stuff. They haven't posted in 21 weeks on here. Please post on your Instagram. It's really important. Don't post on just a Twitter, etc. You can see just, I mean, the engagement's nothing great, but hey, it is what it is. And then on TikTok, they haven't posted since they launched. What the fuck? TikTok is like literally one of the biggest D2C things. You need to have a strong presence. You need to be able to be on here. And if the fact that you're not, that's a big no-no sign. So again, it's hard. It's difficult. But yeah, so social media presence, 3.3 out of 10. Dog shit. It's bad. Get your game on. You know, you're a content creator. Be in the front. If this is your brand, this is a reflection of you, Blaze. I'm telling you, if it looks bad, you look bad. Put your effort into it. I think it's really important. especially TikTok Shop exists. They're subsidizing brands, all that stuff. They're promoting that kind of stuff. This is a perfect brand to have, especially in the fitness, endurance, truck driving / casual, like student space. This kind of product is right up that alley. You should be leveraging the crap out of TikTok, especially in the gaming space too as well. Anyways, very like big miss because of the limited range that in general Twitter has in terms of engaging your community. Twitter's good for engaging your existing community, not creating a community outside of your existing network. If that makes any sense, then kind of aren't great. Now let's talk about the product, right? Now, while it's not personally a fit for me in terms of lifestyle and my choice, I'm not going to choose this over an energy drink. I tried for almost, I think it was like 4.5 days using only these, and I just felt kind of bad. I really like working on an empty stomach. So again, it's probably not a product for me. And just in general, it just took a little bit for the caffeine to really kick in and digest. Meanwhile, I feel like through an energy drink on an empty stomach, it just comes right in. So I don't know. It's easier to sip along, consume while I'm getting my warm up in, driving over. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick to these, but I can see how people that maybe don't want to consistently buy energy drinks, save money, they'll choose something like this. The only downside is just the calories. If people are in fitness and doing things, they're very calorie aware overall. And honestly, it's just very difficult to make this a logical choice for most people because this is 270 calories versus this, which is 0 calories technically with all the artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. Now, is this more organic to a degree than this? Probably so. Shout out to Rise and my boy Ari over at Rise doing a lot of graphic design. If you guys ever want to send me some Rise stuff, I will gladly use it in and review it. Anyways, that's like my biggest downside to this product is just the calories up front. It's just, I'm almost consuming 300 calories to get, you know, and then I have to spend like 40 minutes trying to burn it off, the calories I'm trying to lose, etc., or set myself negative. It's very like a dynamic thing. Now, FaZe Blaze does make a really good point. You don't have to pee much afterwards, which is actually the biggest benefit of the product. I won't lie. After taking these and drinking regular amounts of water, I didn't have to pee as much. Also, not carbonated, didn't feel like I had to burp or didn't get any bloation feeling like sometimes I can get from carbonated products. So there are pros and cons to this. And the taste actually isn't that bad. I just, again, don't want to really feel like if you're not like in eating mood and you have to consume something, it's so much easier to drink something than consume something. So overall, I actually give the product for like the taste 8 out of 10. For the price, 5 out of 10, because to get a pack of these, it's just like jumping through so many hoops and boundaries. And when we go to the products here, again, it's the pricing, $80 for, yes, you get 80 pieces of chocolate, but then you got to buy the box and there's no way to experiment. Even your cheapest option is $40. That's so hard. It's so difficult to persuade someone to purchase something. Hence why I was very adamant about them starting up a TikTok shop. They could probably get 20% off, encourage people to buy it, get that subsidized TikTok push, and people might really like it. Chocolate's pretty popular. People really like it. Again, tastes great. When FaZe Blaze made the claim that this tastes really good, I was impressed. I was expecting the bar to be pretty low, but this is actually a really good product, like in terms of taste. So yeah, price 5 out of 10, because I know they actually have to make a profit. That has to make sense. They have to make their margins. They don't want to lose money. This makes sense. I totally didn't get it. I was hoping that it would just improve and by now they would have like a new product or the ability to just buy one of these packs or 2 of these packs or anything other than the 2 options, but they don't. It sucks. It's very limited. You're constraining your consumer. Usage 7 out of 10 in terms of functionality. I think I can see this be a pretty decent replacement. I recently ran a half marathon and I was thinking to myself as I was running, hey, these would be pretty nice to have while running through the half marathon, specifically because people were like handing out these goos, chewable kind of bites, everything like this, like that have caffeine, and then to help people push through these like long distance endurances. Like, and a piece of chocolate like this is great. Chocolate, natural sugar, sweet, easy to take. Ball, pop it in your mouth, chew on it, and go. So my advice, Blaze, is, because I also know you're a big gym fitness guy, is start going to 5Ks, bring out a marketing team to bring these out. I actually think this could do pretty well because most of those people are okay buying in bulk in advance because like you want to buy a lot to run and all that stuff and you don't want to go cheap, and these things are tasty. So I think there's like a good niche there that he can go for it. So overall, the product in my eyes gets a 6.67 out of 10. Again, but this is for me who lives a very active lifestyle. I'm on the go and I like chocolate. So if chocolate's not your thing or you're not very active, you're just a gamer, I can see it being a hit or miss depending on your consumption habits. So overall, some quick final ratings before I jump into my recommendations for Blaze and his team. Branding, 4 out of 10. Packaging, 3 out of 10. Let me dive a little bit more into this because I think that this is a big opportunity for a lot of things. The top of the box, not that interesting. Side, same. It's like repetitive. If this box is meant to be at like a Whole Foods, HEB, Target, you know, and it's out like this, then this is great. I think this is really strong, right, Oreo? It's good. It achieves that. But I didn't get anything else with it. Like, if I'm a consumer that's buying it online, my experience should be better. Product experience with this was pretty bad. You know, be a little bit more creative. I know your budget's probably a little bit smaller, but you can kind of have to think about the difference between a consumer that's picking this up at GNC and someone that wants to buy it direct. Make me like enjoy it. I think the bar is really high these days, and it's important for these brands to live up to it. My recommendations to FaZe Blaze and his team are the following. Please, when you're gonna launch and announce, do it in a creative and fun way. I actually think Pokimane, the way Pokimane did it was pretty good. Bring on a humanistic face for the brand. If you're not going to be in the brand's feed 24/7 and you're not going to be pushing this on your own socials 24/7, which is fine, I get it, not every creator wants to do it, you need to have someone that's that face. Otherwise it feels dull and no one wants to follow a page that just serves them ads. People are drawn to people, not ad products. That's why we've seen a soul personification and humanization of brands over the last 6 to 8 years. People have realized that. And I'm just honestly a little disappointed that you don't post more about it. It's your brand. Give a shit about it. Like, you should be posting about it. Now, I haven't checked over your stories over the last few weeks, but I have a hunch that you don't really post about it. But hey, you have it at least in your bio, and it's your first link in your account here with 3.1 million followers. I think it's pretty good, honestly. At least better than some people that own products that, you know, at least you're proudly showcasing it. Also wanted to touch upon your Amazon store. Why are you not advertising this? Especially for the 80 count being at $66 here. Yeah, if I'm buying this on Amazon, I'm saving like $10, $12. That's such a great offer. What? That's so good compared to the 12 pack here, which I think is like around the same cost, just so you know. Interesting, but I think that's important. I was really curious to see if anyone had like made any reviews on any of the products, but yeah, there's no reviews. So I was like kind of curious to see like what exactly people got, and here's some extra products that people compare it to. Not having this filled out, or at least working with a few of your fans, incentivizing them. Hey, I'll send you an autographed jersey if you guys fill out a review, anything like that. This stuff is so important, especially for if you're going to try to make money off of Amazon. If your product has no reviews, people are just going to not trust it. That's why reviews and people's opinions, people want to feel like they're making a good purchase, especially if they're spending over $50, especially. It's so key. And yeah, I know they slapped together a bunch of photos to talk about the product, all that stuff. I think that some of this stuff is pretty good, but again, repeating images of the product isn't really helpful. They could do a little bit better of a job. Again, I think at launch, okay. 4 months in, coming up to 5, not acceptable. You guys need to have a more divisive plan for a D2C brand, especially if you're going to be on Amazon. Like, scrolling through here, this is just like, it's not good. You need to have stuff. You need to have like content, all that stuff. This is so important. This is just lackluster by now. Come on, really? Improve it. Get better at it. Now let's take a look at the Ghost store, right? Nice bold header, boom, people, be seen, energy. You have different products, all this stuff very nicely laid out, even on the Amazon page. My goodness. If FaZe Blaze is competing for energy department, he's got to compete against these guys, because guess what? They're going after the same exact target demographic. And then you got a lot of lifestyle. You got skateboarding, music, festivals, all that stuff. Great alternative. They really leaned into that. Look at the flavors, the opportunities. It looks delicious. They definitely nailed it. They're crushing it. It's good. It's a solid website. Again, Ghost is an established brand. They've been around for a while. They've been doing this. But again, core website functionality needs to be there, right? How fast can I get to click out? Oh, boom. Now I can choose my products and go from it. It sucks. It's less innovative, but hey, this is how the world works. It's optimized for sales. And finally, it's like, again, like even the competitors are marketing it better, like talking about size, talking about the product, way more efficiently marketing it, comparing that cup of coffee, comparing it to energy drink. If you're going to compare, lean into it. It's so important. And then it's so funny because this is charred chocolate that it seems like they're unactive. They're 270 weeks away from their last post, but it's just like looking through all their marketing. This is what I was hoping they would be doing. Yes, you're showcasing the product. Yes, you're showcasing it in some situations. Some of it's pretty meh, but people trust people, especially when they're looking for things to consume. I went through and I actually was looking through a lot of the reviews here to kind of see what people liked. And honestly, I think this is a really good product in terms of like breaking into. Is like, if you're going to do it right. This is a huge opportunity with FaZe Blaze, a big platform. You can see like, it just kind of like, looks like this website shit too, but it's not any better. I guess this is charges is better. But what I'm getting to is it's important to see what people are saying. And you know, what it seems like when I read over a lot of these reviews is if it tastes good, if it fulfills a function, people like it. So make it easier and accessible for people to get it. And I think that's where this is a little bit of a weird structure where it's in these balls. You're limited by like how many pieces are in a bar. Bars are really easy to break off, portion, all that stuff, travel, put it in the fridge. So I think with some optimization, FaZe Blaze, you got something really cool on your hands. Now let's go back to full cam as we go through my recommendations. Please bring some other person to be the face of the brand if you're not going to be behind it. Overhaul the website. End of story. This needs to change. This is so unacceptable for a D2C brand, especially with all the Shopify templates, people you can hire. It is not that hard. Trust me. I've done this before. I've done this for multiple creators. Following that, overhaul the packaging. Make it interesting for the average D2C consumer. Make an experience. Stop repeating yourself with the same shitty things. Tell me a story. Tell me why I should care. Give me examples. I should be either running and using this, working out. If so, you claim all these things. If you're a truck driver, you should be taking this. You have nurses, all that stuff. Have that reflected in your website, in your marketing, in your social media. Please, I know you have some of this, but you could do better. You can do better. You have an athletic fitness creator. It's not that hard. Hire someone to do this. Bring a team on, or you get better at it. Stop it with all these text posts. These will not help you in the long run in terms of building a brand. This gets you just Twitter engagements and Twitter likes. And Twitter likes don't pay the bills. We all know that. Follow that. Bring on a content creator to run your TikTok/Instagram page. You'd be surprised how many people that have experience making content for these two pages. And by the way, if you have someone making content for your TikTok, you have someone creating content for your Instagram, because Reels is like the thing that gets pushed #1. Then you can hire a photographer, a part-time social media manager, and then boom, you're done. You have a team that was running your Instagram, feeding you images for Twitter. You can build up a good presence on TikTok Shop. Blaze, you've got 3 million followers on TikTok. For the love of God, just make content with your product. It's so easy. Or you should be integrating TikTok Shop into this and plugging it. It's so easy. My guy, you have such a big audience on here. Not leveraging your brand through here is so criminal, especially if your face is recognizable. You can literally format some of these clips where you're just covering general info and stuff that's happening within the world, and just do it. Put out 1 or 2 of these like more ad kind of things into here, sprinkle them out so they're not over times. Plug your chocolates, man. I guess I get it. He's got it right here in his banner and his website, but again, it's like if people aren't seeing the content, they're not going to be always incentivized to check out the page. It's like you got to put your foot forward. You could be doing so much more. Same thing goes for your freaking YouTube channel. If you don't have your merch, anything like that, it's so easy to hook up your Shopify. You use Shopify, I know it, for your Shopify page, and you can literally connect it. So then anytime anyone is watching any of your content, you can literally check out to the store here. FaZe Blaze, you can connect your shop. You can be tagging it in all your shorts, everything that you're doing here. And yes, your editor has to click like 3 more buttons per upload. Let me tell you this, it will pay off in the long run. Leverage your audience, all this stuff. You have the audience, you have the socials, integrate it, make it obvious. All right, third, give people the opportunity to test your product. It is so important. This person can go to college campuses, ask students to review it, give it compare, go to 5Ks, go to marathon running, go to gyms, offer it to people, give it constantly showcase why your product is better than energy. If you claim it, reinforce it from the content. And if you don't think that, like, oh, why do I have to keep pasting, like, why do I have to keep like talking about all of it and the benefits, is because that's what all your competitors are doing, all of them, nonstop, and you have to keep up with them. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind. It's just simple as that. Compare, 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 compare. If you're going to tackle energy, you're going to constantly have to showcase why your product is better than the average energy drink and why people should choose it over them. If you're not educating your audience why your product's better, people are going to make assumptions. And let me tell you this, from your website, that assumption is probably piss poor. Let me be honest with you. And I'm heated by this, or I'm not heated by this, but I'm just like, I'm passionate because there's so much potential in this product, and there's so much potential that creators can use in terms of their audience to get out of it and really build great businesses that they just don't leverage. I know it's not easy, but like some building block things are just like not there. You're a creator, you know the power of your fan base. I'd love to see you just tackle it head on. Gamers can be your initial target. This is more so my feedback / recommendation, and you can target them in an authentic way, but you gotta look for alternative markets to tackle. You gamers can't be your sole focus. Yes, that's your core audience, that's people that you know, but in order to build a brand, you have to hit multiple different pockets for specifically consumer brands of why people should choose you. And I think that that's actually your strongest edge. You're not very linearly built as like gaming energy drink, right? It can fulfill a lot of things. The branding is very general. It feels like a fitness brand. Lean into that. You're fit, leverage it, work out, build TikToks, make content for it. You should make workout videos where you're showcasing you popping this and then doing a workout lift. If you're not confident, hire content creators that do lift or do create this kind of content to do it. You see it all the time with a bunch of fitness influencers where they're placing the energy drink in the perspective of their content. They make a habit out of it. And yeah, so that's going to be the end of the riff. Innovate on the packaging, build a way better website, be a creator, leverage all your pages. You don't have to sell out, but make sure it feel like it's included. You've got a great product on your hands. Don't let this opportunity slip from you that you can build something really amazing, and I hope you do. And yeah, if you enjoy watching videos like this and you thought this was a insightful review / honest feedback to FaZe Blaze, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like button, all that fun stuff in between. My name is Thomas Heidig, and you just watched a content creator product review.